And then I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just make a list. And at some point over the next week to 2 weeks, we go figure out, okay, if this is the most accurate list of quarterbacks we really need to dive into or not. I do feel like Justin Fields is on that short list, though. I do feel like Kirk Cousins is on that list, and I do feel like Bo Nix is on that list also. Yeah, at least to start off with.
I don't need to watch any Kirk Cousins tape. I'll tell you that.
Ain't that wrong with that, man?
The problem with him is the money. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I know, he can play in the league. It's not a quarterback that I want, though, on my roster because of the money. We'll let you down when the moments are the brightest. One
I would
playoff
like to
win
see
to his
him.
name.
I would like to see him with the Kenny Pickett opportunity. You know, I've seen him have to be Superman, and he can do some great stuff, but he's gonna come up short. I want to see him in the Kenny Pickett though, where it's like you got all of this with you. Can you give me what you've been doing with
Superman?
No, I said he tries to be
I
Superman.
think
That's what
that's
they
a
was
stretch.
asked to. He was asked to do a lot more in Minnesota and in Washington that we've asked Kenny Pickett to do, and he's produced at a higher clip, also reflecting that.
Oh, I agree with
Yeah.
that 100%. But, yeah, for that money, I'd, again, rather
Yeah.
see what Kenny Pickett's got next year.
Yeah. You know how I feel about that whole convo. It's literally we going cheap or we going better option. Cheaper option don't always equal a better option, but Kitty is a cheaper option. Yes.
Could be the better option.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing stopping him from being that. Heck yeah.
Yeah, it could be the
Yeah.
better option, but I just, here's the thing. Kenny's, 25, going to be 26. I think there's still more out there on his career. There's still more to be seen. Kirk Cousins, I know what I'm getting.
My other question is, how long though are we talking? If Kirk gets you closer to a Super Bowl within these next 2 to 3 years, isn't that what we trying to do?
Yeah.
So that's kind of looked at. I don't look at it as like either one of these options are 10-year plans right now. I'm like, bro, who can give me the best 2 to 3 year window right now though? Because I figure after that we're gonna be reassessing coordinator. We're gonna be reassessing what's up with Coach T. Is he coming back? Stan, is he leaving? I think the next 2 to 3 years we're gonna see a lot. Cam probably not here. What's happening with TJ? What's happening with Minka? Yeah.
I think it's more valuable to see if Kenny could be your long-term solution, though, too.
Yeah.
For the next 10 years. And I know you brought up with Kirk Cousins, like, this could only be a 2 or 3 year thing.
Yeah.
Does he give us a better chance to make it to a Super Bowl versus, what we got or what the other options are? I think those are fair things to bring up, but, like, with Kenny and his contract, we should be able to put a better team around him. And
That's
if
true
Kenny
also.
can elevate to what I expect him to be, we're getting great value for these next 2,
I know that's definitely the truth,
3
man.
potential
Yeah.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah, everything that you are preaching, we love, but everything that you're preaching also weighs so heavily on the person that makes a lot of Steeler Nation very uncomfortable, which is Kenny Pickett. If Kenny develops like you're saying, then yes, that works great, and we are just on cloud 9. We love the roster, we love all the additions. But if he doesn't develop any more than what we've currently seen, then we're sitting here once again feeling like how we felt at times this year. We got a lot of talent, a lot of pieces, but at the most important position, we can't get enough consistency, enough production out of there, man. But that's going to be the risk one way or the other, because you're either taking the risk on bringing a Kirk Cousins or Justin Fields or Bo Nix or somebody else in here to see if they can do that. And we know it's going to be a ripple effect, both positive and negative, from however you got to acquire them dudes. But with Kenny, you don't have to spend as much on the front end. But yeah, you do run the risk of, if it doesn't develop any further than what it's shown you, now you're another year, potentially 2 years.
It could be a shot year.
Yeah.
It could be a shot year, but I feel like that's the goal. That should be the goal for a franchise. Like, can we get a guy where we can be consistent over the next decade?
No, 100%, and that's what you take.
I don't want it to be ups and downs. Like almost how the Colts were going through Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz,
everything up until they got to Anthony Richardson. 100%, bro.
I want to find a guy, and I mean, I guess that could still be up for debate at this point. But yeah he was looking promising.
Yeah,
but I'm kind of. I mean, how I feel about Cousins and. I mean, even Fields and any of that. My strategy has been said many times over the last 2 or 3 weeks and how I want to handle this quarterback room. Sound like a broken record at this point. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it through this offseason here. I don't know.
About to say, because they coming at you
how many more
every
different
single
times
day. They got a different quarterback,
can
bro.
I say it, or how many different like angles or ways can I say about what I want from this QB room?
They be over here like, no, Deke, we are not going to just believe that Kenny's just going to magically develop because you said he's going to magically develop. They're like, bro, we haven't seen it, and they don't have faith. I like your faith, though, because, you doing it how it's supposed to be.
It's not completely blind faith either. I mean, I saw good things from Kenny. Took a little bit of step back this year. We also had Matt Canada as coordinator. We've won games with Kenny. Like there's pluses and minuses to what we've seen thus far. Would I like to see overall more production to help my points? Sure.
But that's the part this offseason. But clearly the Steelers, at least to some extent, agree with you because they are also the ones kind of waiting around to see what's up.
It's more that meets the eye. It's more that meets the stats that you're seeing out there with Kenny.